feel like usually we do that when we're talking about the Pacers,
Yes.
the Colts, but the Pacers are the boys that are going to be back in town tomorrow. We're looking out at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. We got the home opener there tomorrow. It's quiet to start this morning, but we do like quiet around here, especially when we're talking about weather. But that might not have been the case. You might have heard garbage cans clanking around your neighborhood yesterday. It might not have been that quiet. It was the wind yesterday that a lot of you noticed.
I know, it was windy. I tried to open the windows for a little bit, and I'm like, oh, that's not going to work.
Wrap this up.
Yeah, and then collected my trash can
from the neighbor's yard.
The neighbors, and just had to kind of deal with that yesterday.
So to measure the wind, we use a device called an anemometer, but I just like to see how far the trash can goes. That
Just
kind of
people
tells
watch.
You. Just people watch.
See whose hair is flying around down the street.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a breezy day today, but at least we'll have some sun and no rain today. You don't have to worry about the rain. Showers were out there yesterday, but we're clearing out at least a little, I think. This is a live look outside downtown Indianapolis this morning. Notice how there's a really sharp edge. It's almost as if someone took the paper cutter and put it right on the clouds, because we've got clouds right over downtown. If you were looking straight up, it would be nothing but clouds, but there's that edge right now out there this morning, and it keeps meandering. Sometimes it's kind of off in the distance, and sometimes it comes basically right over the camera. So expect the changing edge, but for the most part, if you're around Indianapolis or areas to the east or north, so we're talking about Lafayette to Kokomo to Muncie and Richmond, we may be slightly cloudier today, while folks to the south and west, anywhere from, let's say, Greencastle south to Bloomington, Columbus, and Seymour, even kind of Greenwood would be on the edge. We may have a little bit more sun throughout the day today. Yesterday, we had some on and off clouds with some showers. We had so many photos come in across the state from Bloomington south all the way north to Grant County, right around Marion. We had some photos in east to Richmond. Look at this. This is from our director, Eric. He's in the control room right now, but he showed me his photo. I got to share it. This is from Greenwood. Beautiful rainbows. We even had some double rainbows. I don't think we'll really have many rainbows today because the rain showers are out, but we'll still have some clouds and some cool weather. We're starting off in the 40s farther to the north from Hartford City to Kokomo. We're in the mid 40s. It's 47 in Carmel and Fishers. Good morning for the Arabians. In Pendleton, it's 46 and 46 for the Arties in Martinsville, and some mid 40s farther to the south from Bloomington to Bedford. Good morning for the Owls in Seymour. It is 46 degrees. Coming up, we're going to be talking about when we're going to try to warm up at least a little bit more, but the rest of the week looks cool. All right, let's talk about traffic this morning. 2 minutes after 6. Looking pretty good so far this morning. We keep a close eye on the construction zones a lot of times. There's a live look in Greenfield. If you continue eastbound, eventually you'll get closer to that rest area where the speed camera is, but looks like traffic's still flowing all right. Traffic's flowing all right on 65. Starting to see a couple slowdowns by the South Split, as you would expect every single morning. And also, to let you know, we had the big jump yesterday, but overnight, most gas stations are getting closer to that $3.29. So the average price keeps going up, even though we're not really past $3.29, at least for the most part. If you find a $2.99, you hit the jackpot. Julia?
All right. Thank you, Matt. Turning Point USA made a stop at IU. Former Fox News host Tucker Carlson taking the stage in Bloomington.
He took the place, of course, of conservative activist and Turning Point founder Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated last month at a similar event in Utah. Thousands gathered outside the IU auditorium ahead of Tucker's speaking. Some were eager to hear from Carlson, others frustrated that the university would even allow him to come to campus.
Before Carlson's appearance, Governor Mike Braun got on stage and delivered the opening remarks. He said that even in Kirk's absence, he hopes that Hoosiers continue to embody his values.
It's up for you to be the foot soldiers that we take what he meant and grow it into the place where this is more common on universities than the other stuff you often see in universities.
It did open the mic for Q&A and also some conversation with people in the crowd. Carlson debated students on issues from immigration to the future of free speech, saying that he was grateful to have the chance to answer people's questions. As we enter day 22 now at the government shutdown, there are some concerns for those who receive SNAP benefits.
There's, of course, the government that are helping families in need. 42 million people in this country could be affected without resources next month. And this could also have a holdout if it continues, being even worse as thousands here in central Indiana need those benefits. Marina Silva is in studio this morning with what that really could mean for Hoosiers, even local organizations. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, the rising cost of food in general is just pushing more people to food banks for help. And now with the government shutdown, that need is expected to grow. Now, about 15% of households here in Marion County received SNAP benefits in March. Gleaners Food Bank says a cutoff of benefits will be devastating for families, especially here in central Indiana for children. President and CEO Fred Glass says in SNAP's 50-year history, there's never been a disruption like this. Glass says because of the government shutdown, it's also being told it can't order food from the federal government. Gleaners is also worried about WIC programs because funding for that is expected to run out at the end of the month. Now, if you're here in Marion County and you need some help, there is an app. It's called Community Compass, and you can download it here right on your phone. It'll tell you information about free groceries and resources that can help. I actually just downloaded the app just to see what it was like and how to look. You put in your location, so I put in the station address. I found 4 within less than half a mile from here.
And that's a good resource to share with someone too that may not know
Exactly.
that. I've gotten emails that are helping point people to the right information. Just share that with someone that you think might need that.
Because so many more families are using this because of the shutdown than they may not have before, so it's a good resource.
And not a lot of people knew about those resources that are
Sometimes
available.
you don't know until you need it. Yeah, thank you, Marina. Happening today, a meeting of the Indiana-Illinois Boundary Adjustment Commission is happening. So you're looking at this map because that group is exploring the possibility of several rural Illinois counties actually becoming part of Indiana. The counties in question are highlighted in yellow. The commission features 6 Indiana lawmakers and up to 5 lawmakers from Illinois. There's a meeting at 10:30 this morning at Indiana State University. We will have a link if you'd like to listen in or watch it at WTHR.com. In the meantime, thousands of Hoosiers are sending a message to Governor Mike Braun and Republican leadership.
They want them to say no to redrawing Indiana's congressional districts. This has been going on for months now. Voting right advocates gathered outside the governor's office after sending a petition with 10,000 signatures opposing the idea of redistricting the state. This also comes just a month after the same group dropped off another petition with nearly 10,000 names.
Democrats characterize the redistricting push as a power grab. Only a handful of Republican lawmakers have publicly stated how they feel about their position on this. The governor has said that he'll only call a special session if he is sure that lawmakers are behind drawing a new map.
Very clearly, the governor hasn't called a special session because there is some dissent still within the Republican Party, within the leadership perhaps, but certainly within the legislature.
Right now, Republicans hold 7 of Indiana's 9 House districts. Democrats hold the other 2, including here in Indianapolis.
Well, people living in a community on the near south side are voicing concern after what they call a problem property.
This is where police are investigating a double shooting near Shelby and Raymond. If you joined us yesterday on 13 Sunrise, you remember this breaking news story. One man is killed and another woman was hurt. Police say that she called police and then drove away to try and get help.
We did check with police reports, and they show officers have been called to this home on Tabor Street more than 40 times in 4 years. Now the community says it's up to neighbors to take action.
If you are not part of the solution, if you're not involved, things won't change. IMPD has done their job. I want to really stress that they have done all that they can within their scope to try and address this.
So now police say they are looking for anyone who may have surveillance video in that neighborhood that shows what happened. And if anyone heard or saw something, they're asking you to come forward and report it. A woman accused of killing a man in a case of road rage remains in jail without bond. Deborah Benefiel made her first appearance in court yesterday. The judge also ruled the 23-year-old cannot contact the victim's girlfriend. Benefiel is charged with murder and criminal recklessness. Police say she shot 21-year-old Kentrell Settles Friday in a case of road rage near 38th and Georgetown.
Well, this morning, a teenager is under arrest, accused of shooting and killing a man on Indy's northwest side. Metro police say the 17-year-old boy met a girl and got into some sort of argument last month. Investigators say 38-year-old William Deaton tried to step in and help the girl, and then he was shot by that teen. The prosecutor's office is now considering formal charges. Both the suspect and the female victim are both underage, so their names aren't being released at this time. Pacers rookie Cam Jones this morning is talking about his recent arrest.
It's probably not what this team or even Cam wants to be talking about just hours away from the season opener. You might remember police arrested Jones Monday morning after they say he led officers on a brief chase on I-65. This is actually drone video of that pullover here, and you see the two officers and the black car Cam was driving. Investigators say Jones was driving recklessly when they tried to pull him over. Police say he didn't do that right away, so they eventually were able to get him stopped.
And police say Jones told him that he was speeding because he was late for practice. Well, now he wanted to apologize to the team and the fans.
Never been through anything like this, but definitely a mistake that I've learned from, and anything close won't come. Nothing close will happen to this again. Did I say that right? Yeah. Anything, it won't happen again. Yeah, there we go. Deeply sorry to the organization, and looking forward to kind of letting this go past and get back to work.
We get it, Cam. We know what you were trying to say. He is currently out with a back injury. He was expected to play for the Pacers G League affiliate, the Noblesville Boom. But again, he is out with that back injury. Your time is 6:10. What are we looking like weather-wise, Matt?
We look chilly and breezy out there. In fact, if you look closely at this camera every once in a while, it kind of shakes just a little bit more. Of course, it's not doing it now as we look at it, but it is shaking a little bit. We're dry, though, today. You don't have to worry about those scattered showers like we had yesterday, but we're still breezy. Gusts up to 35. When will this wind end? We'll talk about it coming up.
Thank you, Matt. Day 21, still no end in sight for the government shutdown. A new warning, though, from one federal agency about how this could impact long-term Americans.
And the search is intensifying for those jewels, priceless jewels stolen from the Louvre and the thieves. The mistakes that might lead detectives right to the suspects.